Hey guys, Jay here. So in this video today, I want to share with you guys the progression of my character and, a little bit of tips on how to look for gear upgrade in the end game, what is the gem setup, those kind of things. So before that, I would like to run this map quickly. It is the tier 10 rare maps, and yeah, it's pretty bad mods actually. The mod is like elemental element threshold or something. This is tier 10, the highest tier that I have right now. So yeah, it is what it is. But into red map, it feels kind of the same. At least previously I ran a tier 13, just randomly dropped from a boss at tier 9. We'll see. So yeah, let's just run the map first, and then I will talk about the character. Omniphobia. Oh, good. So there is a boss from Delirium, and he is somewhere. Cool. Now we can actually find him and yeah, just have a good fight. This is a very good show up. I have a complicated relationship with the Delirium bosses in POE1, so yeah, it's good to see some familiar faces, I would say. If you are a POE1 player and follow my channel, you will know what I mean when I say the complicated relationship. So in POE1, I am a kind of like simulacrum slash delirium specialist. Oh, there it is. Yo, let me clean up everything else first. All right, wait for me, baby. Okay, just the just the random damage he already is dealing with him, so I don't even need like the bell, for example. As you can see there, when I switch to like single target skill, it just melts the damage, melt the target super quickly. Let's just clear the rest of the map. Anyway, in POE1, I used to like play a lot in Simulacrum, which is the content, not technically, but it's the same bracket of content with this one. This is eventually when you run enough Delirium, you will accumulate the Simulacrum, which is a endgame Delirium content. And yeah, I farmed that pretty hard with a build that I don't press any button and I AFK in Simulacrum and kills everything. So yeah, it feels really fun. Hopefully we can do something like that in POE2 eventually. Man, I really missed that. Zero button build always feels super nice. Again, this map has pretty bad mod overall, because it has 77% threshold of ailments, so we cannot freeze them or electrocute them or whatever very quickly. Right, that is a fat finger moment. I mean to press tap and I fat finger all the way to escape. Okay, I won't do the expedition, not because I'm afraid of it, but because it will take quite a long time to set it up. Let me just do it later. Maybe I will just leave this one here. I will just try to clear the map. Let me see if there is going to be like a boss here. If there is the colossal boss here, that would be very good. The Titan one. Yeah, this map, it's pretty hard to freeze the enemy, but still, it feels relatively okay. Because your playstyle, you are actually quite far away from the enemy. So, ooh, what just happened? Okay, something just happened there. Luckily, we have a lot of life. So, yeah. Ooh, chest sharp. Okay, prismatic ring. I would like to pick up some of the very good white base, so maybe we can get lucky later. Ah, shit, the map in POE2. Look at the size of it. Holy shit. Let me go this way. Maybe we can have like a boss arena in this way. No, we can't. Is there like an indication for boss in the Atlas? I didn't even notice that. If there is, that would be very cool. I mean, the boss in the map, not like Pinnacle and stuff. That is very easy to see. Overall, the playstyle is pretty nice, as you can see. And with like most of the map, if you don't have the element threshold map mod like this one, it feels even better, because you constantly just freeze the enemy, just electrocute them, so they will always be CC and they will just die, explode. This map, because of the threshold, the Hero of Ice actually does not proc a whole lot as well, so it feels a little bit less good. Yeah, this is a very bad layout for Breach. Okay, so there is only one rare monster. Jeez. I ran through this whole thing and there is no boss. Well, at least there is the Omniphobia, the Delirium boss. Let me find a way to get into the middle. I'll just get straight to the middle. There's no point like full clearing the map for some reason. Why do I pick this up? Okay, this is the final one, and here we are. As you can see, the moment that I switch to the single target flurry, it instantly just frees the enemy because I deal so much more damage, and also, yeah. I have the freeze build up, the glaciation support. So yeah, is it completed map? Well, let me just run back into this area and maybe we'll talk about the character then. Alright, let's just get out of the map here. Maybe I'll come back and finish it later with the expedition. But anyway, you see how the build looks like in maps. Right now, that is a tier 10. Obviously, it should be better or worse with different map mods, but that is one of the bad one, very bad one. Like, kind of like counter some core mechanic of this character. So anyway, to the character. This is a strength stacking character. I have a lot of strength, and the main thing here I want to mention here is to have a lot of life and try to cap resistances. That is probably like one of your first priority, right? So these are the other stat. Armor, I don't feel like I need that much. Needed that much. So far, I have died in maps. I probably died like 3-4 times, something like that, maybe 5. But I don't even know what I died to. Mostly just random shit. Probably, I would say the most is going to be around chaos and fire damage. So, yeah. They nerfed a bunch of chaos damage effect in the end game already. I think fire is still very, very, very dangerous. Especially like the burning ground and such can just like zip through your HP very, very quickly. So, look out for those. Anyway, yeah, this is the stat. On the gear, what I did from the end game until now, well, technically I just changed the staff from the cold damage rune into the penetration soul core here. And yeah, that is just better in the end game. The Black Sun Crest still, because I stack strength, so I want 15% strength. The Corruption All Minion skill doesn't do anything. Dire Coat, this is my body armor. Right now it is a slight upgrade from the previous body armor. The previous one have 900 something armor, which is higher, but it doesn't have the implicit 2% regen, so this is very good. But anyway, the stat generally you look for in the body armor is spirit, strength, and resistances. That is going to be the most important thing. You don't need life. Yeah, don't care about life. So that actually just alleviates a lot of the cost that you need to spend. The amulet also look for spirit, resistance, and strength. Boots is movement speed, strength, resistant. Belt, same story, strength, resistant. Life doesn't matter. If you have it, cool. If you don't, who gives a shit? This build will have a lot of flat life already. So if you don't have any life on gear, you literally still probably get like 4.9 to 5k life anyway. So yeah, don't care about life. The gloves just get flat damage. That is the first priority. And if you only get flat damage, for example, like what I have here, cold damage and lightning damage to attack, just try to get these. You don't need to care about anything else really. If you have strength, nice. If you have like, for example, here's strength, attack speed, pretty nice. But if you have like resistances, okay, sure. But only care about flat damage. That is the first priority because this is the highest form of scaler that you can have for this build. Eventually, when you have enough money for a very, very expensive item that is Hands of Wisdom in action, that is going to give you a bunch of extra lightning damage. But before that, look for things like this one, alright? Your rings, flat damage as well. That is the first priority. And then the next is as much resistances as possible. So try to cap the resistances. Try to get a lot of flat. And then the next priority is going to be strength or attribute. So it's just that simple for the gear. Alright. Other than that, I would like to talk about the gem setup a little bit because there's also one more question that I received. So mainly the links that I am and the skill that I'm using right now, most of the time is Storm Wave. So I put my first Greater Jeweler Orb into the Storm Wave. If you only have 3 links, yeah, okay, it doesn't matter really. Upheaval, first link. Second, Martial Tempo. Third, Primal Ornament. This is like universal, more weapon elemental damage. And then last one here, the 5th gem in this setup is Electrocute. This just got buff. So it doesn't have a 40% less damage multiplier anymore. So it's a very nice support gem now. It's just going to give you basically a second freeze. So yeah, very, very nice. Other than that, for single target, I am using Tempest Flurry. I linked it to Glaciation for build up freeze faster. Ice Spike, so when I freeze, I gain a bunch of cold damage for all skill. Concentrated effect because it's just only for single target, so I don't care about AoE. Charge Staff, next one. Overcharge for shock, stronger. Innervate, so when you shock enemy, you gain a bunch of extra lightning damage for all skill. This is a buff for your character, not just the skill. So yeah, Ice Bite and Innervate here are very powerful. And then Stormfire, so it lasts forever. The shock, you don't need to reapply it. It just lasts forever if the target is ignited, and I will explain how I ignite them in a later place. Blink, this is like a weapon swap setup. I just put it on weapon set 2, which is a scepter and a shield. And yeah, sometimes when I need to blink, I can weapon swap. Blink with the dodge roll with a space bar, and it helped me with gap closing. So Tempest Bell here, the tooltip here looks dog shit. All right, tooltip dog shit. It's just the average damage of 1 hit, but you can actually get so much damage out of this thing. Everybody knows that if you play with the bell already, so don't care about the tooltip. Anyway, the support gem is close combat. This doesn't show in the tooltip as well, by the way. Rage doesn't show in the tooltip. Overabundance doesn't show in the tooltip. But anyway, this is going to give you more damage because you are always close to the enemy. Rage is going to give you Rage on hit, which is a global modifier to more attack damage overall. So it will buff the Bell, the Tempest Flurry, the Wave, the Storm Wave, everything. Overabundance allow me to drop 2 Bell at the same time. So I flurry like 4 or 5 times. I put down a Bell, another 4 or 5 times, put down a Bell. So I have 2 bells at the same time, double the amount of damage when I get it going. It should take like less than 2 seconds to start having 2 bells, and then you can just phase roll from there, having 2 bells at the same time, so double the single target DPS pretty much. Very, very nice. And then last but not least, the couple of like reservation. Highest priority for me is Herald of Ice. You can use Herald of Thunder as well. It's up to you. Hell, you can even like remove the overwhelming presence and use Herald of Thunder here. So you use 2 Herald. It's okay, right? It's just for extra clear, pretty much. I am linking Herald of Ice to Elemental Focus for damage. Magnified Effect for AoE, because I want the explosion to be bigger. And Culling Strike, so it cleans up a little bit nicer. Cast on Freeze, I am linking it to Flame Wall. So here is the source of Ignite. This is the easiest way you can ignite an enemy, probably because it doesn't care about the threshold. It just casts a Flame Wall on the target and it will be on Ignite for a whole duration. And that will allow me to shock the enemy forever. Eventually, when I have more linked, I will also need the Ignite to proc Immolate here. So whatever skill by then I use this one on, yeah, it will need the Ignite from the actual Flame Wall. Second is actually, it should be this order. So the second one is Temp Chain. It slows down the enemy, especially bosses. And the freeze on them, the electrocute on them, anything on them, any debuff, literally just lasts for longer, 25%. And themselves are slowed down as well. So with chill, with freeze, with electrocute, and with the slow from Temp Chain, you pretty much are just, if you have like a single target situation, it's very hard for the boss to actually fight back. So yeah. Freezing Mark helps with building up freeze. So yeah, this is just a another link. And Combat Frenzy links to Profusion for more charge generation. You actually don't even need this one, but yeah, if you have a socket for it, why not? Cannibalism is probably the best and the strongest and the most important spirit reservation gem in this setup. So make sure you put this one in as quickly as possible. The first time you can put it in is when you have 45 spirit or more. You can have Herald of Ice, and you can link Cannibalism in here as well, right? But right now, because I have more links, more spirit, so I can link it to a spell, to a reservation that doesn't work with a lot of support. Like Herald of Ice still scale for damage, so yeah, Combat Frenzy doesn't really scale anything, so Cannibalism it is. And last but not least, this is the, if you have extra spirit, then you can also do Overwhelming Presence and then Vitality. So I think I have covered everything I want to in this video, so if you have any further question on the character, actually no, now I remember. Skill tree. So right now here is the skill tree of the character. Let's talk about the Ascendancy first. I go for here first. This way, 100% self-explanatory, double the amount of bonuses you gain from stat, which is in this case mostly strength. So insane amount of life, like 850 and 60 something strength right now, so this is giving me like 1,700 something life, so very, very good. And then when you have your third ascendancy point, which is very easy right now actually, especially for this character, then you get crystalline potential. This gives you quality to all skills, so you have more attack speed with the flurry, you have more AoE with your with your storm wave, and you have more hits with the bell, so more damage overall. Overall, it's just a very, very nice point. It's not like very obvious, but overall, it's just a bunch of extra power. If you want to have more, this is not like a must-have, by the way. This is a must-have. The first 4 points. Then later you can have this, and then you can have level of O skill. It can be a little bit of damage, but if you want to, you can have the additional skill slot here as well. If you have like any other skill that you want to put in, yeah, we still have a couple of buttons. This is actually two storm wave buttons, so I can play it with pressing it on the keyboard or using the mouse. So yeah, we have a bunch of extra slot. We have even the raised shield here. So we have a bunch of extra slot that you can use for any skill, so you can take this and get additional skills as well. Maybe if you get this, you can consider dropping these 2 points and actually get the maximum resistance. If you cap your resistances, this becomes extremely powerful for defense. All right. The normal passive skill tree, it's looking like this for me. I grab basically, yeah, It's just attribute, nothing fancy really. On the skill tree, by the way, corrupt your jewels. Sometimes you will get lucky and get additional resistance. This is very, very big actually. I have corrupted all my jewels. Some of them actually fail and just like brick the jewel, but you will need to just buy a new one and then corrupt it. Normally, I already leave a link in the Mobalytic for searching for these jewels. 3 mods that is good for your build, and you can just find the last mod. You know, it doesn't have to be 4 mod jewels, but yeah, corrupt them. If they fail, you buy a new one. It's quite cheap actually, so just corrupt them and try to find like extra. Yeah, for example, this one even give me an extra stat. I don't remember which one exactly, but normally you have 4. Now you have 5 in here, so it gives me something extra. This becomes a very, very nice jewel. And yeah, it can give you some extra resistances as well, which, yeah, kind of helps. So that is probably everything for the skill tree. I can say again, you can go down here to polymathy. You go here, you go here, you go here, and then you go straight to resonance, and then you fill out the rest to your liking, right? So very simple skill tree to follow, very simple skill tree to progress. You get massive boosts every single step that you take. Even the 5 attribute bonus is very, very nice. So yeah, that is everything I want to share in this video today. So please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you find this helpful or interesting, and let me know if you have any question about this build. I'll be very happy to answer. If you want to, you can also join the Discord. I leave the link in the description. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Again, I'll see you in the next one. Please leave a like and subscribe. Peace.